chats. Sometimes I do that, but a lot of the times I'm commentating my gameplay. So someone asks a question, I try to like give them a quick answer before I go back to the lobby, and then I can explain furthermore. So I say don't rely on the doors as a chase starter, but there have been times which I tend to not do it anymore because I realized it was misguiding people. Is I said don't use the doors to like 2 or 3 people, and then they probably left right after, and then when I was explaining further on later, they just weren't there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did in the video. I was like, I do apologize to those people because I have said it, and I realized like, oh shit, I kind of fucked them up. But in the video, I explained furthermore, like I also, because it's just not fun to use door kicks gen, use door kicks gen. But like I'm like at the start of the game, if you're on a big map, use the door. If
Yeah.
you're on a big map, use the
Yeah.
door. Like you want to get to the other side of the map,
But then
that
I
makes
have
sense.
a
That's like
question, right?
common
Then I
sense.
have a big question. Why were they upset to the point they were angry about the thing that you were mentioning about your kind of gameplay style that it was kind of
I don't know.
ruining other
I tried
people?
to
Yeah, but
I tried
there is
to ask
no.
them about that.
Listen. You can say that they're just a sensitive person, that just get aggravated by the smallest little kind of touch with someone's fingertip just touching their butthole and causing an entire fucking catastrophe. That's like, you can say that, but I think there should be like a little reason, like a little automatic little system that's kind of playing in the part here.
No, I literally like that's what I was trying to get more info on. Like
Because the
I
points they
literally
made,
don't, they crashed out
yeah,
for no reason.
yeah, in a way, it's kind of a non-issue, but at the end, you don't
Yeah.
want Springtrap players losing. You want them to be good because Springtrap players are usually perceived as these just starting Five Nights at Freddy's players that are kind of ass. And once you see a good Springtrap main, and forever with me is that they just DC right in my fucking face, and I play European servers. I'm not American, and
Yeah, yeah.
the
No,
Europe.
I also that's something I do say a lot in stream, and then I also said in my video is that playing fully chase oriented like I do might not be for newer players or everyone because it's not like the way I play is literally just chase chase chase. If I have bad chases, I just simply lose the game. And people who aren't consistent with the X aren't gonna do the best with that. So I tell them like if you're not like really locked in with chase, don't do it. Like I have a lot of people in my own Discord that like a lot of them are good, like they play a lot of DBD, so they understand projectiles well, they got spring trust projectile down, so they play like I do and they're fine. There's others who literally just like, bro, my axe sucks, so I use the doors a lot. I'm like, that's fine. Like
the
play into your
doors
own strength.
the doors for my perspective is that I use them as a traveling method after hooking someone, or I see them running and they're actually like pre-running the shit out of me. I chase them. I enter a door with like a wall nearby, or if it's an open map, I also just enter a door and I teleport over to them, and they usually just keep looking backwards and they think, hey, they drop chase, and look, boom, they're right in front of my fucking face, looking at with like a silver platter on top of it, them spread out with ketchup all over their fucking bodies because hey, it's a summer deal for you here right now. That's just how it works
Yeah.
with the doors.
That second part doesn't happen in my games a lot, which is why I don't do like I don't use it for cutoffs because like my players just don't. I don't know if it's just coincidence or the games that I do. Like when I was doing that a lot, it just never worked because
Yeah.
they were always
But
paying
I don't.
attention.
There is like an actual difference with European players and American players that I've noticed, because American players, they usually, I mean, they're more of a herd in a kettle. They basically, they're kind of soft, and with European players, they're just gonna tell you to kill themselves. They're just gonna say, "Hey, commit suicide," after doing one little simple thing, and you got to learn how to just take a hit like that, because as killer, it's very difficult with toxicity and survivors, because it's in the end it's a one versus four. There's four brains and you're only one brain, and you might have like an IQ of fucking 190, with a killer perspective, because you need to be, you're the power role of the game. And the doors in perspective for me, and how I view it, is it's one of the most valuable and useful kind of things for the Springtrap power as a whole. If you don't use it, you're gonna usually lose.
Yeah, yeah,
You're
no,
gonna
like
usually lose.
obviously,
You
like
can use it.
that's
You can use
obvious.
it to tunnel. You can use it to slug. You can just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
teleport away. You can use it to like get away from like that new update where you
Like,
can't like
like
where you
yeah,
can't
if
like
you're
camp the
not using
hooks.
it at all, if you're not using it at all, you're gonna lose to good players. That's just like, like that's just obvious.
Yeah,
Like I'm not in the video I'm like I'm not arguing like his doors are useful, yes, but like using them too much will also get you like losing games. And I also just said like it's just straight up boring. Like I did a gen kick build, like a build with like perks like that
yeah.
kicked like pop and eruption and stuff
I have a
that
question.
you actually have to kick the gen.
I have
It's just boring. Like it's just you're stuck in animations the whole game. I'm just going from door to door, kicking gen. It's just like I would rather use Pain Res, Grim, DMS. I get a hook and I can go straight into my next chase.
I have a question. I have two questions. Two questions. Have you played Perkless before? And do you think
Yeah.
loot bag should be base kit? The add-on.
Yeah, I play Perkless. Loot bag. I don't think it should be base kit. I think it just needs another effect. It's just ass. Like
No,
it's
no,
just
it's
not
actually
worth
very
playing.
good. I always use it. I use Celebrate Poster and loot bag because
Okay,
Celebrate
okay.
Poster
It's
is
not
the best.
like okay. Let me rephrase it. It's not ass in the sense that it's like it does nothing. It's ass in the fact that you're not using it every game. Like I'm using restaurant menu and it's getting value throughout the entire game. I use loot bag most of the time. Most of my games aren't going to end game. The games that do go to end game, they're not like sitting teabagging at the exit gate. Like that's what I mean. Like it's a niche scenario. So like you might get value out of it every couple games compared to running like Ripped Curtain where it's getting value on every hit. You know? Like
Yeah.
when I'm using add-ons and perks, I like consistency rather than like niche scenario. Like I'm not gonna use Hex Retribution, right?
Yeah. I don't really use perks on Springtrap anymore, so I don't know like good builds anymore because I've went perkless with it because in my opinion, once you're a P100, you shouldn't even have to use perks anymore because you've mastered the killer, you know? And it's just, I don't know, the skill ceiling should be too high with Springtrap once you're P100 because your own macro consistency and your own decision making and skill and tactical
I would
positioning
agree with that
is
I would agree with
your
that if
only
gen
power.
perks weren't like in the game. Like gens can pop now, especially with the two new
With
survivor gen
Springtrap,
speed perks. Gens can just pop in 20 seconds. Like
with Spring
it's right now gen speeds are insane.
with Springtrap, gens always go by quick. Doesn't
Yeah, but
matter.
that should like the game of gen like I think Pens is probably gonna do the world record thing again because these new two gen perks are they're insane. They're broken. Like gen speeds right now with just two people you could like 25-second a gen.
Yeah.
It's like it is wild. I would play more perkless if that didn't. Also if indoor maps too. Because you
Yeah.
literally just lose the ability to orbital on indoor maps.
Um, I have had moments with like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
like,
there's some like exceptions with some like RPD mid map, mid witch mid map.
no, 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 no. It's with
Hawk and
indoor maps.
Steer.
If indoor maps, you can throw your axe through the smallest kind of fucking ass cracks that you can just imagine. Have you ever used your axe in, let's say Azeroth's resting place, the main building, with the shopping areas? If you use your axe, you walk backwards and you throw it. You can get the
Yeah.
slightest little fucking pixel, and you can get the hit on someone. You can use your axe even inside of main buildings. It doesn't matter if you have to orbital. You can just walk backwards and throw it inside of an angle that it reaches the little
Yeah, no,
little top
I
shelf
know stuff like that
and go
exists. I know
down
stuff
there.
like that
It's
exists.
I
It's
use
just
it all
like
the time, and that's how I win chases in between seconds, and that's how you can make people mad too.
but it makes him indoor maps make him like worse. Like you definitively make his power worse.
Oh yeah. Have you ever like I've been with Chaos Shuffle? Do you play Chaos Shuffle with Springtrap? Did you do that?
Um, the last one I did all killer streak. I played him like twice. No, I only
Yeah.
played him once because
There
I
is
just
in the
did
Chaos
super shy.
Shuffle. There is this godforsaken perk that I fucking detest with my entire life, and that's Freddy's hat. And
Ugh.
I've been getting it in rotation for about 16 times in a row, nonstop. Just 16 times in a row. Freddy's hat, where the axe just turns to a fucking grandma's tit. It doesn't make sense. It's the most terrible fucking
Yeah,
add-on inside of
it's
the.
bad.
It should get a rework. That add-on. It's
It
painful.
needs to be toggleable. But yeah, like by the way, like the reason I fucking just blocked you because like you came in demanding a discussion. Like that's just incredible. On top of the fact that it wasn't you who made the video, you also came in like demanding my
Yeah,
time. It
but
was
what I
just
also kind of
completely rude.
detested from you is your Twitch streamers viewers, the viewers when inside of the Twitch stream that you were streaming about this video being made and that you found exclusively very annoying that was made about you because I could hear some kind of hatred inside of your voice that this kind of criticism was made on you, which I could see the point in because hey, that's just a video and there's a new fan base that's going against your fan base. But when I came
No, like
in
I'm
inside
fine
of
with
your
criticism. It's just they didn't want to clear anything. I was incredibly nice. I subscribed to them. I liked their own video. And then I went into the comments. I'm like, hey, can we have a discussion? Because there's some things you misinterpreted, and I would like to clear it up. Once they said no, and then they said no because you're gonna misinterpret shit I said. I went. That's exactly why I don't. That's exactly why I want to call so that stops happening. Then I got rude. I wasn't gonna make a video on them, but they just refused to talk.
yeah
Like I literally said nicely. I was like, yeah, there's some things that definitely got misinterpreted here. I would like to clear it up.
yeah I came into your Twitch chat to talk about it and what I kind of detested from was your viewers because they were kind of actually soy boy mouth tarting your entire fucking chat and it was very frustrating when you're just trying to have a little conversation with the Twitch streamer JRD, the big G, and then their fucking soy
No,
tards come in
for
and
no,
start
because you came
defending.
in, you did come in hostile as shit though. That's the thing.
It
You
wasn't
did come in
supposed to be
hostile.
a hostile confrontation. It was like, hey, we can like discuss together, and I'll accept
No,
it.
because here's the thing. I'm not sure if you maybe it's like European mannerism or whatever it may be.
Yeah,
Man, then at like if you said, "Hey, later, can we talk?" Because initially I wasn't even supposed to be solo that day. I was supposed to be four stacking. So like that's why I told you no, I can't do it. I'm busy. But if you came in and said, "Hey, after stream, can we talk?" That's a lot better than you coming in a stream saying we're gonna talk.
I wanted to talk with you while the viewers were active because they can just actually listen into it. But for what I see, it was an actual dick riding amount of fucking hate because I was trying to talk and they misinterpreted it as hostile. And when they took it as hostile,
Even I did. I mean,
I
I even
also went
like
into a
that's
defense
what
mode,
it
you
was.
know.
Like even like it could be like a difference of culture or whatever it may be. Like how do I explain? You weren't like it wasn't a question of can we talk. It was you demanding my attention, which
It
to
wasn't like an actual
every
demand. It wasn't like an
everyone
actual
else,
I don't see it as an actual demand. I just said like, hey, let's
that's
go
how
fucking
me and
discuss this
everyone
out
else saw
because
it. Though.
there's of course there's like hatred and if it's just not gonna be discussed anytime or sooner or earlier because I was speaking for Sabaku at the time. I was talking to Sabaku. I said, hey, you can get me into a conversation with JRD and we can discuss it. And that was done. But then I came into your Twitch chat to talk about it and actually get into the discussion because Sabaku actually refused to talk to you because at the time they were like actually pissed off at you because they were actually pissed off, man. You can actually see the blood boil inside of that VC because that was absolutely mad, disgusting on how angry they were, man.
I don't know. Like why she was mad. But yeah,
But
like
it was
I'm looking at your chats. I'm looking at your chats right
from
now.
what they
You said
from what they said, it was actually just you being an absolute blubber asshole in in the way how you just gave um advice, let's per se. It's like if you're slightest bit of popularity and boom, you're just gonna say, hey, do this, do this, do this, like fucking Homelander, and like shove everything under the rug after that, you know. That's how they perceived it. I don't perceive it that way. I don't understand
it
why it
wasn't.
would be
Yeah,
perceived
it
as that
wasn't
way,
like that at all. And
but they
like it wasn't like
assume.
that at all. And the thing that like really like made me not understand the problem, they're comparing a 1 to 2 sentence answer from me to their one-on-one personal coaching. I'm not giving one-on-one personal coaching, so I'm just like, it's obviously going to be worse than your 10-hour long VC session. Like that's something as well that they
I don't train people. I don't
over
usually train people.
exaggerated.
I don't train people. I don't say
No,
like,
not you, them.
yeah,
Not
them
you, them.
too. But it's like, why would you have to do like a 1 hour training session? But at the point, it can be shoved all together inside of a little, 10 minute talk before the server goes out inside of the end game chat. You can like, hey, you can point out a few single pointers that are very important, but not give like a whole fucking literature, like the Loud House fucking literature that was like about 3 million fucking words long, bigger than the Bible. So, you know, you can just give out pointers, but they criticized you for the pointers that you gave, and kind of extended it into a bit of a little single mess.
Yeah,
You
like
know?
I just said play him more and take your time with your shots, and she went, "This is horrible advice. This is terrible." And it's like, how? It's literally like how you play Springtrap. And what made it worse is they later on agreed with exactly what I said.
Yeah.
So I was just like, why? This is a non-issue. Why are we even mentioning this in the video? But yeah, no, like going back to you though, like you joined in. Your first chat was, "Why are you ducking argument with me?" And like that is to literally anybody a hostile like approach.
It was just a question, man.
Like
It was a question that I just wanted to get answered because I was speaking for Sabaku. I DM'd you and I thought you were like ghosting me at some point, or you had
I
the
didn't
weird.
answer you. I swear I answered you. I
No,
said
you didn't. No, you
I'm
didn't.
busy.
If you
I
just
can't do
scrolled
it right now.
up,
Did I not?
there was a. I started a call that lasted 2 minutes, and I said I talked to Sabaku. We're gonna discuss because my skill ceiling is
Oh, I
higher
didn't
than that
answer.
chick.
Yeah.
You responded to my comment, and then I like pinged you like 16 times, and then I said let's run VC, and I showed you a screenshot
Yeah.
showing a
By the
Perkless
time you
win.
were pinging me, I was already live. That's probably why I didn't answer you. It's 'cause I was already getting ready to go live, and then I'm just like, why is this kid pinging and calling?
Yeah, so that. But yeah, after that, I had to go in and argue with one of your Twitch buddies, the viewers, aka. Um, they are so blindsided by one single team, and they will go and defend every single last bit of what they can defend. Even when you're right, they're just gonna sugarcoat it, and they're just gonna insult you in any kind of way or shape or form if you just mess up one single time. And that's also kind of what lowered the scale a bit of what I think about you. So that's also why I gained more hostile approaches and getting your attention, because the only way to get attention is to have it in a negative way. If you reach out in a positive way, there's also going to be criticism. But in a way that I see it, in my perspective, is that the hostile way is um, absolute cinema. You just get more viewers, you get more view time, because if you just see like a little teacup, tea prince, everyone just drinking tea, eating biscuits, having the time of their lives, you know. But if you see someone like go out on a full fist fight, sending haymakers into someone's fucking face, that's just gonna be more entertaining because it's drama. And if you just wanna
Nah,
reach out
like
to
I'm
someone.
not even like that's the thing too. Like that's why I also didn't even want to make a video initially. Like I'm not like a drama slop tuber.
Because
Like I
now
do
now the
DVD
video
news
that you
stuff.
just made, Now the video that just made, this DBD creator said I ruined Springtrap. That's just a full-on act of war because now you just sent out a full fucking uppercut and dug them 6 feet under the ground because of your viewership, because it has about 3,000 views, 2,000.6 views, and you have about 3K subscribers. So you have a little fan base. If we
I mean,
go,
yeah, but I also mean, it's not at all my fault, and
Yo, what's up,
like,
everybody?
I don't
Bubba,
care because they literally made this, never even attempted to get into contact with me, took stuff out of context, and I was like, hey, I'll clear it up with you because like this wasn't right, or I could explain more on this, like, so you like fully understand my thought process. And they just straight up denied. They just didn't want to have a conversation. So like, if they're not gonna want to conversate, it's not like my fault for making a video in return.
yeah,
Like if they got into contact with me, I said stuff, and then they further on disagreed and then made a video, okay. But like they literally never even they never sent me a DM. They never went into chat. Like
yeah, yeah.
I never had anything.
I had a DMs with them, and they said they block you and some other kind of things. I can send you some screenshots that I had with them at the time. I'm gonna sound a little hostile and a little bit insulting. Um, can you take that kind of criticism that I give inside of private DMs? Because there is a bunch of things that I can say about someone inside of someone's DMs. So if you're okay with like seeing some actual insults,
Bro, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't care. Like this shit, it's whatever. Like if this person doesn't like me, they don't like me. I simply like couldn't care. Like I haven't thought about this shit since I made that video. Like if this person wants to hate me and think I'm the Satan of Springtrap, like let it. I couldn't let it be.
here we have the first one. I'm gonna give out the best ones. There's just some that just don't make any sense.
Yeah, I just couldn't care. I mean, their followers are the exact same way. Like I gave proof to proof and cleared up misconceptions in my video, and they're just like, well, Sabuka is right. And it's like, well, you didn't
Yeah,
even
here we
entertain the
go.
point. So
Here
it's
we go.
like,
I also left a YouTube comment. This is also something. I'll just give a little context. Basically, they left a comment out and they said like, "Hey, um, Sabaku said like, hey, I think you and JRD should have like a discussion or a fight in the comments," and they just can't reply because they're just too irritated or too overstimulated because of a fucking game. I kind of found that kind of cringy because hey, why are you like incapable of talking to someone online? They're like not
yeah.
near you. They're not at proximity. So, and here I gave over one of my criticisms. I said this only works because of your gameplay, not your playstyle or way of making way with the power. You are just micro positioning yourself in certain ways with survivors, or ending chases really quickly, and just end up having a little bit of luck on your end because of the consistent gen pressure and you being able to go over there. Not using your doors is absurd. For people who want to master it, you might be good because you have practical super professional amount of looping, but this doesn't work for anyone else and your takes are flawed in every perspective possible. Using the main ability, which is important for pure pressure, is consistent on winning the game. You are just fully enveloping on choices and strategy that allow you to win chases. Good for you, but there are other tactics to playing a killer. And with me being a P100 perkless Springtrap win streak holder, you should really consider on having a reality check. So we just criticized you on the fact that you weren't using your doors.
Yeah, no, that's literally stuff. That's literally stuff I agree with. I in my video, in my streams, I always go, this isn't for everybody. Like, this comes from just my really good ability of using the axe, and then when I don't have good games with my axe, I lose. Like, it's literally that simple, and I say it all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I like you are literally all in on chase. If your chase is bad, you lose. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, man. Like you're saying, but how we perceived it and what the information with the VOD and what you said and the comments and what we read and researched is you didn't say that and you made a mistake on your part and good that you corrected on it. And we just
Yeah, that is something
what
I say all
Sabaku
the
wants.
time.
What Sabaku wants is they don't want you to give advice to people because at the end of the day, you don't know how they work on their micro positioning. You don't know how they work on their pathing. You don't know how they mind game. You don't know how their aim is. You don't know
No,
that.
I'm gonna be honest. Her, or is it a he or a she? It's
It's a
she,
she. It's
right?
a she. It's a she.
All right. Yeah, no,
Well, you were
she.
having confusions with that, or what was it?
No, because you keep saying him, so I was like,
Yeah, I don't really
but,
care about pronoun stuff, so I just say it.
yeah, that's fair. But like, no, saying I'm just to not give advice is stupid. I'm not listening to. Like, if people come to me and they're asking me for advice, I'll give it to them. Like, if I'm not actively in a game, actively commentating, actively saying something, if I'm in a lobby, I'll elaborate more. Like, I'll ask them more questions.
Yeah.
I mean, like yesterday, someone was like, "Hey, I just stopped playing Nurse. I'm gonna get a spring trap," and I was just asking. I was like, "Hey, do you have any M2 knowledge?" I started off with that. They're like, "Yeah, I've played Nemesis and Alien before." So I was like, "Okay, so you have a basic understanding of like how people dodge. That's good."
Yeah.
Um, then I was like, what are you struggling with specifically? Is it the weight? And they were like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, so just use help wanted ad. Just get used to like the arc, and take it off, and then just hit like a certain spot. Move a couple
Yeah.
feet, try to hit a pallet, then go in a different spot and try to hit the exact same pallet. Like, going to just practice your aim. Don't worry about losing. Like, I'm still gonna give advice. Like, if they're trying to get me to not give advice, we can
Yeah.
agree to disagree and go in our own ways. I'm still gonna give advice.
In advice ways, I would say try mixing gameplay, and pathing and whatever I just mentioned with the aim and all that. Mix it into the advice that you're giving of the killer that you're also playing with the way their playstyle and their base and their kit works. Try mixing it. If you just give kit advice, it's probably not gonna work it out because you still need to execute it with your own gameplay skill.
Yeah, no, exactly. And like, that's the stuff where it's just like, I can't elaborate too much, or I'm gonna be fucking talking for like 5 minutes straight.
Yeah.
So
But
I just say
I gave out I said give out pointers.
improve on your overall macro, improve on your overall micro, and like don't worry about losing at the start. Like there's like I'm trying to keep it as short and simple as possible for people to still understand. And like and this was something I also said like before they started to like just straight up deny having a conversation. I was like, if they really despised my advice that much, they could ask like before they made the video. Like now, I wouldn't do it. But if they have guides, do they have guides on Springtrap in their shit? In
Yeah, they
their
have
chap?
one video that's pretty old about a guide
Yeah,
to
like
Springtrap.
they could have made it up to date. I mean, to be fair, it hasn't had much changes. They could have just made it up to date tutorial, and then be like, "Hey, whenever someone asks, maybe could you like maybe ask them to go watch this tutorial?"
Yeah.
If they were nice about it, I would have most likely agreed because I don't have a my own tutorial on my page, so I'd be like, "Okay, yeah, that's fine." But
Yeah.
now they just came in incredibly like I wouldn't do that now.
Yeah. Yeah. With what I've seen is Sabaku is like actually they find you repulsive as fuck. Like there's no way. It's like they find you repulsive.
Yeah, I mean, like if they like, there's no reasoning with a person like that.
Yeah, there
I
isn't.
mean,
And I tried to say like, hey, you should like actually try getting into an argument with this person, and you can maybe come to terms with them.
not even an art. Like I literally said, I
But
wanted
they
to
were
spin.
perceiving
It
you in
doesn't need to
such
be
a hostile
hostile.
way and like an
Yes, yeah,
antagonist.
they were. I do not know what I literally said. Hey, I don't want this to be an argument. I want it to be a discussion.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to hate on you. I just want to like talk so we can clear things up. And they literally just didn't want it.
Yeah. But then the YouTube video that you made, the first part with clowning on them and having copium and all these kind of images attached that were in a
I mean, yeah, it's
transparency.
because like at that point
Y-
they already said what they said. They made it clear they don't want to clear anything up.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna just
Yeah, but now you're
now
just
I'll get
what's up,
hostile.
now you're
everybody?
putting only like icing on the cake. You're putting the cherry on top. You're only making it
Yeah, I mean I
worse.
don't care if the cake's
Yeah,
already
but
frosted. Why
if
the
you
fuck
don't
am I
care,
gonna
if you
not
don't care,
put the cherry on
their
it?
fan base is just gonna send hatred to you, and they're gonna criticize you, and I don't
They
think.
were gonna do that in like no, that's the
Yeah,
thing that I'm
yeah,
not sure.
but your
They
your
were
fan
going to
base
do
is
that
also
anyways
doing that. Your fan
because
base is
they
also doing
weren't
that, and
going
that's
to.
causing a clash. Your fan base is also
Okay,
doing that, and
that's
that's
not
causing a
my fault
clash.
though.
Yeah, but
That's not my fault.
in a certain perspective, it's inside of your name, you know, and you're gonna be responsible either way, even if you say you're not. And that's just how fucking fame works, man. It's just how it works. You're gonna have to
Yeah,
do damage
okay.
control
I
because
understand that. I
you're not gonna
understand that, but it's not my fault.
you don't want like
I attempted to be nice, approach this person in a nice manner, to have a conversation. I like I said, I started off nice. I subscribed, I liked the video, and I was like, hey, let's just talk, clear things up. They are the one who doubled down on their video and refused to talk to me.
no.
After that, I don't need to be nice anymore. They were mean. I went nice. They were mean again. I'm gonna be mean. Why the fuck would I stay nice? It makes no sense.
Yeah. It's still, you know, be the bigger person, you know. Like turn the other
I
cheek.
was, but I'm
Turn
not
the
gonna
other cheek.
continue to be the
But
bigger person.
even if they're just being an asshole, turn the other cheek and be a bigger person. That's all I can
No,
say.
I don't.
For the other person, it might sound actually idiotic, and it sounds like a biased little opinion for me. You know, like hey, have your statements, but don't cause any other issues because with the video that you just made, you showed it to an audience, and you don't know how your audience is going to respond to that, either negative or they're just gonna send straight up hate, and it's just gonna only get worse for a
I mean,
certain person.
what do you think her video did? That's why I wanted to clear things up
Yeah,
because I
but
didn't.
they
I
were
didn't want to
they
hate on
were
either side.
they
But if they're
weren't
doubling down, I'm going to make a video.
they weren't opening their arms to send straight up like ultra hate. They were just talking for their own experience and their own way of saying it. They weren't like reaching out to like a community or explaining it to a whole system. They were explaining it for themselves and they were insulting you into their own terms, not for someone else, not for anyone else, just for themselves and just expressing themselves
So I
inside
was
of that
doing too.
video.
What? It's the same thing.
Yeah, that it's in a perspective you could see it that way, but I don't see it that way, just the way you do. Because in the end, you have to think about viewership and about the numbers that you gain, you know. And
Yeah.
again, you are thinking,
Their video on me got more views than my video did. So more people saw it, and more people have the notion that I'm fucking stupid, and that what they're saying about me was true. It just wasn't. That's why I wanted to clear it up.
then you cleared it up with like a cover up on saying, hey, they made some great points, and just try to have a positive outback. If only it's getting to a point where the hate from their side is actually getting worse. Try getting in contact with them, even if they
That's
don't.
why I wanted
Even
to get in
if they,
contact
even
initially.
if they,
They made it clear they didn't want to have the
listen.
conversation.
Even if they don't want to have a conversation, have a third party do it. You can also have solutions. You don't have to be the first responding officer to go to the scene. You can always send a third party
Yeah, that's
user.
why I try to use the
I
one
also
Melody
did that.
in chat.
I was a
That's why I
third
try to
party
use Melody
user.
in chat.
I was a third party
Melody-
user. Yeah.
Melody just ended up leaving, which is like I was trying to explain to Melody the misconceptions, and then Melody just left. So
Yeah.
like it's not at like, to be fair, I don't even care. Like this wasn't even stuffing I
Like
was
for
fucking
both
thinking about
perspectives,
after I made the video.
for both
No
sides,
one fucking cares anymore.
for both sides, they're running into a brick wall because no matter the argument or statement that you make, every single side is kind of wrong in their own way because they just both made
Yeah, because you
hostile
can play the
interactions.
character however you want.
They just made both hostile interactions. If someone just disengaged and said, hey, okay, cool for you, I don't give a fucking damn. Because if you see that it's like one of those softy fucking sensitive people that have like no fucking jurisdiction of what other people might think, and they might go on their way to attack someone with no proper reasoning, and they sound repulsive in the way that they're doing it, that they just did in that video. You shouldn't give any attention to it, but yet you did and made a video about it and insulted them inside of their face for the first 13 seconds of the fucking video that you made. And with that, you caused a collateral fucking clash.
Insulted them for what? Putting copium?
No, I'm not saying just copium. there are other insults that you just said, and you also mentioned ego in a bunch of like 4 or 6 times
Yes,
with the
because
X3, with the
they
X3,
said
X4,
I have an
X5.
ego.
Yeah,
It's showing the blatant hypocrisy in their own video.
instead of pointing it out instead of a passive kind of way, you pointed it out instead of a
How do
hostile
you
kind of way.
How do you can't physically point out hypocrisy in a passive way?
Listen, you're pointing out with
Hey guys, Scott here. Today I want to talk.
the way that they're saying how do you point it out? That their kind of video is basically just, straight up fucking hate. But how you perceived it is you cut little clips. You might have taken them out of. I don't know if you took them out of context. I don't think you did. I'm not saying you did, but for what I've heard and what I've seen is basically you have put a PNG with like a guy sniffing on fucking air, breathing for oxygen, and with copium, and
That was on
in
the
a kind
that
of
was
way
on them.
that's belittering someone.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, no,
belittering
the
someone.
copium part was them blaming their lack of ability to put out content on me. That is straight copium. Like that is
Like from what I've
copium
seen,
is.
They
Were blaming their inability to post YouTube videos on having on me. They were literally just blaming it on me. That is what copium is.
Look, from what I've seen, they haven't sent out like any kind of images, PNGs to like insult you in any kind of way. They just said it verbally with words, and their only kind of system was just having a PowerPoint on and showing the flaws of your kind of mistakes that you made, and actually covered up, which was actually super good from your side, and you actually defended yourself and even commented on their video to even cover up a single amount, because you also subscribed, you liked their video, they have seen it, they keep choosing hostility, but they didn't choose it to do it with memes and images and stuff to belittle or downplay someone with the way on how original you can get with insults, because anyone can get original with insults or way of belittling someone in a way that isn't actually perceived as hostile, but it could be perceived as hostile in the way on how they think. Because at the end of the day, if someone insults me for being black, or hey, you're just a racist, or hey, you're just a loser, or you're just a bitch, these things can get to people. But with PNGs and just sending memes or gifs, just being a full-on drywall is also in a kind of way insulting, and that's just how they perceived it. And in a way, I think you could like get to the automatic point that for you can just point it out from, hey, this could be kind of insulting to a sensitive person. And I'm not saying you should always just be in someone's comfort zone and respect him to the point that they're just a full-on queer supporter. It doesn't make any sense. Like I agree with you on that. You can like be a little a little bit belittling, but
The
not to
hostility
the point.
wasn't like, okay, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. My video though wasn't like hostile. Like it's not like, what's like the best, like brigading. It's just showing like the stuff that they said and the blatant hypocrisy that they display, and then me elaborating on it furthermore. And like if you watch past the intro, it is just me in a calm, peaceful manner explaining everything. And I think it's completely fine and warranted if they're just going to say I have an ego, if they're going to say everything I'm doing is wrong, because they're just insults.
Yeah.
If images is the make or break for an insult, then so I could just,
and they got offended by that. Yeah, they got offended by that.
yeah, okay, because they were offending me.
Yeah, and you proceeded to pull the playing card.
What I'm trying to understand
and win.
What I'm trying to understand. Wait, before you continue, if I just, instead of putting an image, said it myself of this is an ego, this is an ego, this is an ego, would that have been fine? Is the images the make or break for it being technically classified as hostile?
Again, I'm not saying it for the majority. I'm just pointing it out for them specifically, for someone who is sensitive, because they got angry, because you saw on how actually angry they got because of a fucking game, and how you basically just stirred it up and stir fried the problem even more with your PNG memes. You know, you get the point, right? Is they are sensitive and they will get
Okay,
insulted.
so then,
If you made a
so okay,
video,
okay.
if you made a video out,
If they're sensitive, they need to go and when they're making a video about someone else to make sure not to include insults. Like it's that simple.
yeah,
Because there was no reason ever that the word, if she's really that sensitive, the word ego to ever come out. Because I'm not even egotistical. Like I don't even know where that like comes from. Like
yeah,
me saying I'm the best Brick Trap as a joke is an ego. Okay, then maybe you need to like
yeah.
go watch a fucking comedy show or
Yeah.
something. Because like I
On
don't
how
even know
I
what's
on
going
how I
on.
say I could be a good Springtrap player is a comparison. You know, I don't use ego. I don't just say like, hey, I'm one of the best. Of course, I fucking lose, but I compare to other people's play styles and try to point out the flaws and then look at my own gameplay and then I compare it and say like, hey, I think I'm better than this guy, and I point out their flaws. And let's say systematically 10 games, I observe it. I check out their 10 games from the last 10 days that they made or videos that they made, and I check out my clips because I don't upload videos. I upload some, but that's just just trolling or just saying like, hey, I'm just pissing off some streamers, some Twitch streamers. I don't usually like show my skill inside of any of that. And yeah, that's just how I work with stuff. But for back to the back to the picture is the video that you made. You made a good playing card on defending yourself, and you did a fantastic job. But I think the PNGs and the belittling and
They could have done
downplaying,
without the
it could have
PNGs. That's
it could
okay.
have
That's
been
okay.
done better. It could have been executed way better. That maybe a waging war against community or platform against platform could have been prevented, because in the end you just want a normal video playstyle. You don't want a entire fucking drama, because as you've seen, River Siver is just going in. You know who River Siver is by
Yeah.
chance? I think you do. They are like one of those content creators that like piss people off and get into entire fucking clashes, and those last for like 4 to fucking 6 weeks, and you can only focus on giving criticism to other people. And I think for a smaller kind of rank, because your name is still mentioned inside of higher content creation, I think you still kind of fit into the part of it of like high content creation, because again your name is mentioned in a bunch of stuff, and that just gets you fame. But for them, they don't really get the fame. They're usually just their own little platform and their own little
Yeah, like
system.
it's I under like as a smaller creator, it is
You're
completely
not small.
fine
You're not a
to
small creator because you.
no dumb.
Yeah, yeah, them.
As
Yeah,
a smaller creator, for them to go and like disagree with other people is completely fine. But you can't be I'm gonna say quote unquote because I mean quote unquote sensitive if you're just going to insult people, and if you don't want to be insulted, don't insult people.
the majority of
Because
the,
here's the thing: if they just didn't insult at all, and then I insulted, I'm clearly in the wrong. But the thing is, they also insulted me,
yeah,
so you can't really play that. Oh, but this person's sensitive card because, like, come on,
yeah.
they they did it first. It's like
The majority, yeah, it's this thing again. It's like the fucking kindergarten thing. But they did it first. It's an excuse that you can use, and
yeah,
it kind
like
of it makes sense in the long run.
she can't play the I'm sensitive after starting it. Like it's
It
just
makes
that
sense
can't
in the
happen.
long run. It makes sense in the long run. But in the end, you made your decisions. You downplayed them in a kind of way that's kind of downplaying and just joking and making fun of them. And that's your playing card that you played. But in the end, you did make some good statements inside of that video. I watched the video. I didn't really finish it. I think I missed like 30 seconds of it. But
Last 30 seconds right at point. I don't think.
it's in the end, it's you made your cards, you played them right, but it could have been executed differently to avoid a possible future conflict. And that's just what I'm trying to explain. I'm trying to explain that future conflicts could be avoided with better executed strategies for how your video is made. I'm saying it like it's a war plan, like you're playing chess with them, you know? I'm just
Yeah, I
saying
mean, but
I'm just
yeah,
saying
I it's just
be
like
the bigger man,
I'm not
turn the other
even like
cheek.
even if they make another like video, I'm not even like gonna bother responding because they've made it clear that they don't want to talk, and I'm not gonna just. There's no point in entertaining someone after that if they've made it clear that like they're just straight up not
If
going
that
to.
happens, if that kind of scenario even happens where they make a new video and
If they make another one, I'm just not
if they
responding.
blitter
Like
you,
I just
I consider watching it. I would take it into perspective. I would save it up. If any kind of conflict arises with their community coming to yours and pissing you off, then you have every single right to go and defend yourself and point out that their community is going after you for no specific reason, you know. And we made some statements, we made some points, we made clear that there are some certain little aspects that could be discussed with how you give strategy and advice to other people and other player bases, because they just did mention, Sabaku did mention that some people came over to them because of what you said, like you just beat them to a fucking pulp and smashed their entire fucking face in, and they came crawling over to Sabaku, sucking on Sabaku's tits to get some help, you know. It doesn't make any sense. They're pointing it like it's that, you know. But that's just the DBD community. At that point, it's just the DBD community. They're so sensitive. And it's, you know, for a normal fucking person, it's just gonna be a hashtag those people moment, you know? It's just a those people moment. It's
like that. No, the thing is, literally everything in that video. I mean, the thing that could have just literally like, why is this video even being made? One, you could play it any character any fucking way you want. So why are we critiquing people on
yeah, yeah.
how I'm playing the like for like the video shouldn't have even been made because of that. But like also, it's just if you're really having that many people go to you, why like it's you're not like God. You don't have to
Yeah.
like give these people all 10-hour long personal one-on-one sessions. Just make another fucking guide. And then like you like that's see, this is the thing of why I made the video. They blame the lack of content on me because so many people are going to them. So instead of making a guide video, they made a 48-minute video talking about how content creators are ruining Springtrap. Next point is how the fuck is anyone ruining Springtrap if you can play the fucking
But
character how you want?
what I'm seeing is
Like,
here is that they in their title they said creators S. They pointed out more. They didn't just point out you, but the only topic is about you. So that's where I'm
yeah, because
actually that's
why would I
because there
ever
isn't like a bunch of
about
Springtrap mains
Hens's at this
and they
point?
aren't really like confirmed, you
Why
know.
would I why would I talk about stocks and talk about Hens's part?
Because you can
I
inform
mentioned
you can
everything
inform me
in
on
the I mentioned
hands real quick and stock.
I don't
Inform
fucking talk to Hens. And stock new and then like the thing is there also that was another thing like that just also showed the lack of like ability to reach out. The portion on stalked wasn't even true, which is why she had to put a pinned comment in her video. Like the stuff about stock was like I told him and he was like, "What?" And he goes to check it out and he was like, "This isn't even true." So she put a pinned comment on her own video because of that. Like there's no like reasoning with that type of person. If you're not even going to attempt to talk to the people you're making a video on, like why? Why make the video?
yeah.
That's
So
why it's why people don't take River Civer seriously. River Civer
River Silver
doesn't
River Silver
go
is
out of
an
his
absolute
way.
fucking
I mean, on
doubloon,
top of the
bro.
fact that he's just an asshole. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like on top of the
Some
fact that he's
statements
just an asshole.
he agrees I agree with, but he executes it horribly,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I think
like
he's an absolute
he
fucking
is an
asshole
asshole,
that should be
but
plummeted
also
to the
it's like
ground.
he'll say something without ever even like talking to people. Like he'll just call someone a pedophile. It's like
He's just gonna be
what the fuck are we
he's
on
not gonna be
about?
thinking twice, and then he just has this little copy paste person that we call
Like
evil shrimp, and he also makes also makes some great points, and he doesn't censor it, but he could have been better if he wasn't like dragged with River Silver. If evil shrimp was unaffiliated with River Saver because River Saver is just like I find him kind of cringe. You know, I don't like his profile picture. Like for some reason, it aggravates me. Like I don't like I don't like the cat profile picture. And every single time where he like points out a fucking cat video and he plays it out, like I just want to plummet this guy more into the ground more that I think of it, and actually like rip his foreskin off because how he talks and he's like a repulsive fuck. You know, it gets to a point. You
Yeah,
know.
the thing is, I mean, like a huge factor besides the fact that he's just an asshole is he doesn't ever try to clarify like opinions and talk to people.
Yeah.
Which is why, on the contrary, people like Scott Jund, because Scott Jund will go out of his way to try to talk to people when a scenario like
He's
that
just a penguin. He's just the penguin
unravels.
Z0 of Dead by Daylight, man.
Because
He's the most critical man.
yeah, but
You
it's
don't
just
usually.
like the problem with Sabuka is she just made it was an emotionally charged video. That's for certain. Like that can't be argued. It's emotionally charged, and then she refused to ever like definitively prove is this really stuff they believe.
Yeah.
And it's proved in the stock section wasn't even true. Like that wasn't even anything he said.
But
So it's
with your
like
video, you saw it and you made a
my
video.
video came out just simply due to the fact that they refused to like further on elaborate. So
Yeah.
I had to clear myself
Yeah.
so people knew.
But
Because
like the first
they
part,
they said stuff that just wasn't true.
Yeah, yeah,
Could the first part have gone? Could the first part have not been in the video? Yes, for sure.
then
but
it
you also
would have
gotta
been
remember,
executed perfectly. Then it would have been a 10 out of 10 in a tomato meter, bro. You would have been like
It would have been a
rated
10 out of 10 in clearing myself, but you gotta also remember videos have to be entertaining. Like
in the
something
end,
you gotta understand. No one for people who one didn't see her video, and also two don't know who I am,
in the end,
need to understand what is going on
in the end,
and
you
why
said,
I'm making
you
a
pointed
video
out,
to their video.
You pointed out though that you don't want to be in any kind of drama conflicts, but you're stirring it up with that little 30 seconds. It can be 10 seconds, it can be 2 seconds. People
I have
will
to
find
make
a
the video
way.
entertaining.
People get
That's
upset
why I make
about
videos.
screenshots and words. There is no single fucking diameter that a second or millisecond could make someone pissed off. Even if you like throw a fucking picture in and then just like cut it off instantly after the fucking first frame ends, that's just a way of showing that, hey, this could be an actual problem. And they're just gonna point
Yeah,
it
I'm not
out because-
arguing. I'm not arguing that it's not
yeah.
like
But
insensitive.
you
I'm not
in
like,
the end, you just
it
want,
was
you
it
want,
was an
you want a
insensitive
flawless
part
video,
simply
you know?
due to the fact
You
that
want a
they
flawless video.
refused to elaborate. But yeah, I mean, that's just it. But
Well,
yeah,
that's for
I think-
Sabaku, man. That's for Sabaku. But in the end, for Sabaku, it should have been better if it's just, executed well. Because from how it went and how I saw it, and from how Sabaku made their video, they have not pointed out any single kind of PNG to deliberately attack you, but they only emotionally charge their own verbal words against you.
She did it with words, so it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. Whether it's a PNG or whether it's
This was
words,
verbal.
insults, or insults.
This was verbal. This was
that
like
doesn't matter.
memeing someone because
It doesn't matter. Like that.
again with a PNG.
It's still an insult at the end of the day.
Again with a PNG, I can like send out a fucking GIF of like someone laughing at someone, and it could be like actually just, like memeing you. But with verbal words,
But
you can just say
verbal-
fuck you.
they're both
And
the same level.
Yeah,
They're
it's-
both the exact
I can
same level of
understand it's the
insult.
same level. I can understand it's the same level. And you played their video in the first 40 seconds, and you showed some memes to like actually meme them without showing your voice. You could have also, what you could have done was you could have like paused the video, give some commentary, and then play the video off again. But what you did was you cut some clips, and you just
Yes,
you
to
grabbed
make
you
it
grabbed the worst
entertaining.
and most egotistical parts of the clips and did not point out
Yes,
the
because
positive
they
parts.
said I had an ego. That was the point of it.
Yeah.
It's to show the blatant hypocrisy that Sabuka has.
Yeah. And for
I mean, I think it's just I mean, to be fair, like I said, I haven't even fucking thought about this since I made the video.
yeah, and that's why I actually
also don't think
this is
Sabuka
why I
cares
reached
either.
out to you. This is why I reached out to you in the first place. I
Like,
went to your Twitch
We have
chat.
both moved on.
Yeah, you could have moved on, but some people don't really move on, But it at the end you need to
They're-
put the
no,
pot to
that-
the kettle.
They were. This person was never going to move on.
And
They have made it. They
if
made
you don't,
it clear.
if you don't mind, I'm gonna share that I have actually had your discussion with Sabaku, and I'm gonna try and get the trade off, and end it with the final finishing blow, and say, hey, this controversy has finally ended, and everyone can go their separate ways. At the end,
I mean, I think we.
at the
I
end,
think that.
you,
I think that was
at the-
pretty clear. To be fair.
yeah, it could have been clear, but at the end, you know,
We both have literally
there's still
not-
this little gut wrenching feeling that there is a little bit of beef and a little bit of hatred. to each other.
Trust me, there's not. I'm not. I literally have not thought about this person since I made the video. Like, if they want to hate me, they want to hate me. Everyone will have people who hates them. It's whatever. She's made.
Again, there-
I just look at her page. She's made multiple videos since then. None of them are mentioning me. Like,
Yeah.
She like we both. We can agree to disagree. Like, she doesn't like me. It's whatever.
Ja.
Like I
hold
don't
on
think
for just a
anyone
moment.
cares.
Ja. Oké, ik ga dat allemaal zo even nemen. Ik ben nu nog even in gesprek.
Yo, what's going on, just a guy?
Ja, wat heb je allemaal gedaan?
Deze keer geen van die laxeermiddelen hoef je niet.
Oké.
Oké, je hebt dus deze tablet, deze tablet.
En
deze
wat
What did you join into?
en dat is paracetamol.
Ja, ik heb wel een beetje
Um,
pijn weer gekregen.
Made the person Sabuka made a video on me a while ago. I made a video answering it,
Altijd naar bed.
and this person's seen both.
Live, oké?
Is goed. Ik ga ook zo naar bed hoor.
Kind of the gist.
10 uur, hier is jouw paracetamol. Dat
Ja.
zijn die twee. Je hebt 3 dagen, oké?
I was just trying to play some Marvel Rivals, man. I don't even know what's the point of this discussion. I don't even know how they got in the Discord. I'll be honest. The Discord's accept only. I don't even know how they got in.
Hello, I'm back.
Yeah.
Just a little single pointer. About you don't really care anymore. That's great. That you forgot about Sabaku is great, and this could be an actual like moving on point for you, and it could be like the finishing blow. And I'm just gonna give that finishing blow over to Sabaku because I think they didn't really let it go yet, and you don't want a fucking leech just fucking squabbling over your body, like, you know, every single time, you know, because I think that could be very annoying for you. I think you agree on that, you know.
Yeah. Wait, one question before you continue. How did you go to my Twitch and join off that Discord link?
No.
How did you join the Discord?
I think I joined via video. I joined via a
Which
YouTube video
video?
that I found from you.
Okay, so let me go.
There is still some invites that are open and public to use.
Oh, well, I didn't realize I had to change. Whatever. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought it just makes it so the entire server
Yeah.
is invite only.
Yeah, no, you fucked up with that.
Yeah, I was confused how you even joined in at first. I'm like, what the fuck? Alright, continue.
But now you have to think about the bigger picture. You and Sabaku are settled. It's over. But you gotta think of the bigger picture, and that's your community and platform. How I've seen your attitude of your platform on how they respond to slight hostility or a way of aggravation, or how I tried to reach out to you back when the argument was in full bloom, they're hostile. And
I mean, I never responded to you.
they
so I can't
will
even be hostile.
even do you point out inside of your videos, do not send any hate or harassment? Do you point that
Yeah, I
out?
think that's literally right after the intro. What I say.
Okay, let me
I
check.
think I say if you send out any harassment, I'm gonna ban you on whatever platforms you may watch me on. I'm
Exposed.
pretty sure that's within the first minute.
and
of the
get into
video.
my first
This DVD creator exposed me.
No. Let me just check the outro of the video.
Not the actual. No. It's
They
right.
are
I think it's
struggling
right
so hard
after.
on Screenshot. Instead of making a video
the-
like this, you can make guide videos. There's many ways and avenues for you to actually
Me.
be able to reach newer players
it?
and make them improve.
I know
their
I said
game.
it. It's in the
Besides
script that I
disrespectfully
used.
saying that everything that the other people are doing is completely wrong. This DB.
Outro and intro doesn't have it.
No, not intro. Not intro. It's after.
Yeah, you can check that out for yourself, but at the end, people are not really gonna listen to that.
Yeah,
and you
305. It's
get
305.
305. Let me check that.
305 is when I started talking about it.
You need to make content yourself, since you like to blame it on me for you not being able to put out videos. We could do a best of 3 format to see whose Springtrap's playstyle is better.
Okay.
Oh, wait, Just, are you on Marvel? Wait, no, not 305. Wait, where is it?
No, I still can't find it. You need to check that out yourself. But just forget about that. I think you did do it. I trust you in that.
Wait, let me actually reach out the script because I know I felt I was on one of them at least. Oh fuck! I don't title my scripts. God damn it. I'm pretty sure it's in the video though. Like I'm
Saying
fairly
that they are
certain it's in
struggling
the
so
video.
hard on Springtrap. Instead of making a video like this, teach newer players and make them improve at the game. Besides disrespectfully saying that everything that the other people are doing is completely wrong.
Yes, 3:30, and then it's. I think I say it at like 3:33.
Yeah, gotcha. Let me grab it.
I once again want to emphasize that I don't know who this person is, and although they made personal attacks towards me, I want to make sure that we're not going to harass them. If anyone in my community harasses them, I will actually ban you from my Discord or
Yeah, you did
wherever
point it out. Yeah, great. That's amazing. You did point it out. Yeah, that's a very good thing on your part. But in the end, you still have hate comments, and there's still some kind of shit said that you didn't really check for yourself. In the end, there's still gonna be some platform users from your side that are going to send hate,
I mean, yeah,
and
from
their
any
platform is
form
also
of
going to
drama,
send. This is going to
from any-
cause a
yeah,
clash.
Yeah, like
I think you should
yeah,
really.
like that's just that. Like the moment she made her video, any form like it might not be harass. It's just like people aren't going to like me now, and then I make a video, people aren't going to like her now. That just happens
yeah,
the
it's-
moment one person makes a video on other people.
Yeah, it's just
like,
side bashing against other people, and I think
like
the best.
I haven't
what
seen
the
I
best
haven't
what you
seen
can
any
do.
like
The best what you can do
I haven't-
is you don't have to like forcefully moderate it with like an iron fist. Just give out more warnings that hey, if I figure out that you're doing this shit, I'm gonna throw you inside of the fucking locker cells and throw you in Arkham Asylum because I don't want you inside of my fucking community. Don't enforce
mean,
it. Have
like-
some friends point it out. Like have some snitches.
I
you know?
I'll check the comments. Like there's people who are disagreeing with her takes, and that's completely fine. I don't think anyone's harassing her though.
There's some valid criticism that I found from your perspective from other accounts that commented on your video positively, but they commented negative on the video of Sabaku.
Yeah, being negative is fine if it's not harassment. Like if they're not being
Yeah,
like,
but there's
if
some
they're not being
there's some
misogynistic
insults
or whatever.
There are some insults being thrown in there here and there. You know, it's not too shabby, but it's still a bit worrisome.
I mean, they're like,
still
I
a
mean,
bit
their video
worrisome.
has the exact same. There's people in her comments saying I'm fucking stupid for saying not to use doors, which just wasn't a thing that I said, which is why I wanted to clear it up. If people are like, that's just people now don't like me. That's fine. People are not going to like her if they agree with me. People are not going to like me if they agree with her. That's just a result of her making her video. Like if she can't handle that, I'm like, that's just a product of her own video. Like that has not. There's people who are disagreeing with her off of just before I even made my video. Like that's just how anything works. Like I mean, I don't know.
I think we came to the conclusion, right?
What?
Did we come to the conclusion that this is over and
Yeah,
discussed
I
it?
mean, if
Well,
you-
what did
like,
you
if that
expect? What
person
did you
needs to-
expect from me from first glance? Like, what did you expect? Did you think, hey, this was actually kind of fucking. This is gonna be a fucking asshole. This is gonna straight up insult me, or what did you think?
No, that's exactly what me and everyone in my, like, you came in demanding a conversation, So like that might be. I don't like. Once again, I don't know if this is like a culture difference or whatever. Like
No, no, no.
that just seems like you're just gonna be an ass.
no, no, no,
Like,
no.
I'm like
Oh.
everyone agreed. It's just the guy. I thought it was over, but I think Sabuka's like still feeling it mentally.
Ah,
If she needs like an audio clip of me saying it's over,
Yeah.
like we
Yeah.
could we can agree to disagree that we like doing our own things. Then like yeah, if she needs to hear it, like you could tell like I
yeah, she wasn't gonna reach out to you personally, but now that I have done it and I'm gonna point it out.
yeah like I haven't even thought about that. To be fair, the video didn't even like do like insane. I just needed to clear things up. I wasn't even hoping the video
Yeah.
would blow up. I just needed the people who did see it to know that's not my true.
I'm gonna
like,
inform
thoughts.
it. I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna show this little argument that I had with them, with you. I mean, and yeah, I think we just cleared it up, and I think we're just like fully finished with it now. So you don't have
Yeah.
to watch your back. You don't have to have a gun under your pillow now every single time you sleep, hoping that something's gonna happen. You can do your own thing, man. So from Springtrap to
Tell them
Springtrap
good luck
Main.
on their. Tell them good luck on the videos and just like
Yeah, yeah, I will. I will. I will just say, hey, cut ties, turn the other cheek, be the bigger person, and
yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
I'll see you, man. I'm gonna leave the server too. I'll see you. Hey, dude.
everyone.